Jesus înjos. Ia speră că creatul mare.
You gotta give him that hawk too and spit on that.
Yo, what's up? It's Frank Bay. You know what time it is. Gonna drop the link. Won't be too long of a show. Gonna do a quick show. Just want to talk about a couple things before other people get to it. That's what I do here. But salute, man. Salute. Good boxing talk. We got and Billy and Derevchenko coming up. All right, we got that fight. I think Floyd Mayweather is fighting John Gotti. I don't know if that's this week or next week. On the undercard, you have one Oscar fighters, Picasso, a young up-and-comer. But just wanted to talk about a couple things. Looks like people are still crying about Virgil Ortiz and Sergey Bokachuk. Now, like I said, it was a hell of a fight, great fight. I don't understand what the tier sport. It wasn't a robbery. It could have gone either way. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, an interesting thing was posted online. So, you know, if you guys get a chance, go to social media, Twitter. Virgil Ortiz's dad had posted that, in fact, it was Sergey Bokachuk who had the interim title. Okay, I think it was because Jermell Charlo had vacated or whatnot. But Sergey Bokachuk was being very difficult in negotiations, according to Virgil Ortiz Sr. Go look it up. Saludos, El Pachuco. And this is what we need to always understand about boxing. If people cry and whine and bitch and moan, that's fine, but you got to deal with facts, okay? Virgil Ortiz's dad pretty much had said that what had happened was that they paid Sergey Bokachuk a lot of money because Virgil Ortiz, even though he wasn't a champion, was the A-side, bigger name. You know, nobody really knew who Bokachuk was. He fought on the undercard, I believe, the PBC card, Tim Tszyu and Fedora. Okay, let me drop the link real quick in case anybody wants to hop on and give their 2 cents. Like I always do, I always give the smoke. You know, people want to bitch, moan, whine, and cry. And I'm here for it, man. You know, I don't whine or cry. I don't like to troll. I just try to keep it legit down the middle. Of course, everybody has biases. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said Frank Bay Boxing, rivalry and race, right? So back to the news. Virgil Ortiz Sr. had posted that Sergey Bokachuk was being very difficult in negotiations, asked for a lot more money, A-side, they wanted everything, you know, coming in last, et cetera, which is fine. He had the interim belt, which isn't a full belt, okay? But the negotiations had reached a culmination point, and it was a sticking point. And as you see, that sometimes there's a rematch clause. So Virgil Ortiz, Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya, they gave Sergey more money for no rematch. Okay, that's what Virgil Ortiz Sr. pretty much posted online, is that since they were being so difficult, they wanted this. They bent over backwards to get Virgil Ortiz the shot, right? This fight is a lover's quarrel. The way it's looking, right? Salute, hit the like, guys. Expect them to kiss at the end. Yeah, man. You know, in boxing, the rivalries, that, you know, at the end, they always hug and kiss and, you know, become BFFs and exchange numbers. You know, we've seen Tank Davis, Ryan, Haney, and Garcia. You know, that it's a business, man. You know, it's a business before it's a sport, before it's a rivalry. They all need each other. You know what I'm saying? Without Canelo Alvarez, nothing, you know, boxing is at a standstill. So let me just finish my point about Sergey Bokachuk and Virgil Ortiz. So Virgil Ortiz fired back and said, hey, man, remember, you wanted money instead of the rematch. So they gave him more money and he forfeited the automatic rematch clause. And I feel like rematch clauses are bunk anyway. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times you don't even need a rematch. You know, we've seen that happen in Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford, where there was an automatic rematch clause. For what? Terrence Crawford beat Earl Spence to a bloody pulp. Earl Spence held up Terrence Crawford supposedly for a rematch clause. So Sergey Bokachuk is crying his milk. His team is whining, crying, talking about they deserve a rematch. And yeah, maybe, but you know, Virgil is on salute champion. Yeah, man, always cooking these mofos. I see you out there, homie. Hit the like. You know, I dropped the link. But yeah, you know, see, the sport of boxing. You know, I'm going back and forth to people and they're crying Bokachuk, da 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 da. But you know what? That's the sport of boxing, man. You know, Sergey's team chose to get paid more than have an automatic rematch. And it was for an interim belt anyway. Like, it's not even the real belt. Manny Robles probably heard that Virgil left his gym to go to RGVA. Yeah, you know what, man? Fighters leave trainers all the time. It's part of the sport. The first, when a fighter loses, the first thing he's gonna do is point the finger at somebody, and most of the time it's the trainers that's first to go, even though they put in the blood, sweat, and tears to build these guys. So yeah, man, Virgil Ortiz needs to move on to bigger things. People are whining and crying, saying, "Oh, why would he call out Spence and Pandora?" It's like, look, it's a business. Him and Spence is a big money fight. It just is. Terrence Crawford just put out shitty numbers. I mean, they're saying it's below 100,000. Some people say below 200,000. But the point of it being is that it did not do well when the whole him and Canelo talk faded away. You had Eddie Hearn tell Canelo Alvarez that, that the only reason they were using his name is for clout to sell the fight. So, look, man, everything eventually gets proven. So then that's why I'm here to talk about Frank Bay Boxing, Rivalry Race. As you can see the thumbnail. And what up, Frank? Salute Mark's Boxeo, man. Frank Bay, I'm telling you, man, I bring the realest shit. The realest shit. I know I see you guys different places, but if you notice, it'd be hella trolls and shit, bro. This fight is picking up steam to bring. Exactly. Thank you, Ripper. You're seeing what I'm seeing. And I told these fuckers first. Shout out to the homie Shadow Ghost. He was one of the people. He was shitting on the fight, and I told him. I said, hey, brother, watch. You're gonna feel the hype. You're gonna get excited. I know you're shitting on the fight. Everybody, it was cool. Oh, Canelo's cherry picking. He's fighting Berlanga. Berlanga has no chance. Yada yada yada. I'm like, look, man. I told you guys, I can't defend the fight. I'm not saying it's the fight of the year. It's the super fight. But you know what it is? It's Canelo Alvarez. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. And these guys, they've done 10, 20 streams talking about how shitty the fight is. I'm in different places on social media and Discords and chat rooms. And then you know what people do all day? They type, I hate Canelo. I hate Canelo. I hate Canelo. Okay? Munguia pay-per-view numbers were solid, but this could do a lot. Yeah, we got to remember the piracy. You got to add 400, 500 on top of piracy. It just is what it is. It's the day and age of piracy. This is not 10, 20 years ago where you were praying you could get a stream. And you know what? I buy the fight. Me personally, I buy the fights, man. Hey guys, sometimes if my audio is not great, I'm going to get a mic. I just got to go to the store. Please let me know. I know when I replay it, I notice I'm kind of choppy sometimes, but I appreciate everybody. I think the fight is doing 700, 800 like planned, better promotion. Yep. The weekends are going to buy the pay-per-view. Yeah, man. Look, man, these guys, I watched one streamer. I'm not even going to say his name because he's kind of a chump. I got blocked because I said, you're getting hyped. It's like you're trying to have it both ways. I'm hyped for the fight, but it's a cherry pick. I'm going for Berlanga, but it's a cherry pick. It's like, brother, you want to shit on Canelo Alvarez, but you want to hype a Berlanga. It makes no sense. Or, you know what I'm saying? You want to hype, you know what I'm saying? H Monkey. No, it was actually, it's a Boricua, It was a lot. There's a few Boricua channels they love the shit on Canelo Alvarez, but they're hyping up Edgar Berlanga, which to me is just kind of backwards. Now, I'm not hyping up Edgar Berlanga, but I did say that what's going to happen is people are going to get hyped for the fight. We just seen the, where Berlanga and Canelo are going at it. It's a clip that is going viral. But, what I'm here to tell you is the hype. People are getting hyped. People are getting hyped for this fight. They're doing the lives. They're doing the streams. They're making the videos. Whether you want to shit on it, you want to, like I was saying, people in the chat are typing, I hate Canelo, I hate Canelo. They come to my channel, they go to other channels, I hate Canelo, I hate Canelo. But you know what that means? It means you love Canelo. You love Canelo Alvarez. If you're doing streams, if you're doing chats, if you're doing 3-4 hour lives, you're talking to people, they all get on a panel or they all get on Twitter and they spend 3 or 4 hours, 5, 6, 7 days a week, Canelo, 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 Canelo. Canelo. It's just like, this was my point. We just had the Bud Crawford fight, right? Which was very lame, very ho-hum, but it was a big event. Oh, Turkey Ali is the biggest event, yada, yada, yada. Oh, he's beefing with Canelo. Boom, he starts training. Boom, Crawford starts training with Canelo Alvarez, right? Then Virgil Ortiz just has his fight. Boom, that's the talk of the town. But as soon as Canelo and Berlanga had that press conference. Boom, it goes right back to Canelo Alvarez. Look, man, if you're talking about boxing, if you're doing streams, if you got a channel, if you got a Twitter and you cover boxing, it's always going to come back to Canelo Alvarez. So that's what's funny is they go, oh, Frank Bay, you're a Canelo slurper. You hold his jock, you hold this. And you know what's funny is though, I wish I could print these chats. I'll show you. These guys, they use hours. They do 100, they do 20, 10K chats, literally messages about how much they hate Canelo Alvarez. That's what's mind-boggling to me. You know, we talk about these, these alphabet groups that cover Salute, Matador, yes, 18th Street Ripper, thank you. Yeah, guys, hit the link if you want to hop on. It won't really be that long of a stream unless we get people in here and they want to chitter chatter, right? Puerto Ricans and Crips are the two biggest Mexican haters. Yeah, but you know what they do? They just keep pumping us up. Canelo has the biggest combat sports. Even the UFC got to mention Canelo. Oh yeah, I mean that's what they're using to back off the back of Mexican fans, right? The biggest consumers of combat sports is the Latino market, and specifically Mexican Americans. Canelo haters talk about them more. That's the point I was gonna get. These guys will go on razor rants with each other. They'll go back and forth with each other for an hour or 2 hours how much they hate Canelo Alvarez. And I sit back and I just laugh. I said, man, you know what? Salute Blood Raven. I said, these alphabet groups, we talk about Wakanda, Crips, and that's all good. But I don't spend 6 hours how much I hate Stank Davis. I don't spend 8 hours how much I hate Earl Spence. I pretty much talk about what I like. The UFC will do a good game, but the pay-per-view buys. You know what? I'm not too concerned about the UFC and Canelo Alvarez, because you got to understand it's the UFC trying to take out Canelo Alvarez. Look, man, that September 16th and May 5th is historical. It's been traditionally a boxing pay-per-view date because they know who the biggest consumers are. Guys literally like South Park lives off. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, man. Look, man, if you want to hate Canelo Alvarez, that's fine with me. That's fine with me, but I don't understand how you can hate somebody you talk about 24/7. Sean Anthony, Pay Mirage. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that guy, Mirage. Fuck Mirage. Fuck everything he stands for. I don't give a fuck what they do. There's none of my business. Like I said, man, trolls will be trolls. The guy's a troll. He loves Benavidez. I like Benavidez too. And that's another thing. Like if I didn't like Benavidez, I wouldn't spend 3-4 hours talking about David Benavidez. Frank Bay, I try to cover the sport of boxing. So, it's not about race or religion or politics with me. I can talk about it, but I don't necessarily have to be attached to it, right? 18th Street. Canelo is my favorite fighter of all time, yet I never spend hours of my day talking on his name. Yeah, you know why? Because we're confident. I know what I have. I know what I do. I know what I know. I know I've been following boxing. I know I can break down boxing, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody else. Now, that doesn't mean I have the best takes or I'm the best, but I know that when I say something, it's coming from my heart. You know what I'm saying? It's really how I feel and how I think. And, I can listen and discuss things with others. You know what I'm saying? But what you won't hear me do is go around and shit all day, right? Like I can sit here and talk about Shakir's Twitter sin, right? And I can break down his fights and say what he's missing, what he's lacking, why I didn't like him. But you'll never see me go on 4 or 5 hour rants about how much I hate him. You know what I'm saying? That's never made any sense to me. That's how I know these guys are secret fans. That's what they are. They're fans of Canelo Alvarez. So people, and that's what I'm noticing. That's why I'm doing this rivalry and race. People always like to say, "Oh, you're biased. Oh, you prefer this. You're pro that. You're pro Latino. You're pro something, whatever." I said, look, man, you got to be realistic. This is the world we live in, right? Everything's divided right now. We got left and right and woke. Who goes 5 rounds about Canelo? Oh, come on, J.A. You know who does. These guys sit up and scream, "I hate Canelo. He's ducking. He's a cherry picker." But they'll do it out of 7 days. 6 of their lives are Canelo Alvarez. It's just the way it is. And that's what I'm saying, man. If you didn't like this fight, Canelo and Berlanga, you still got to love Puerto Rico versus Mexico. Everybody does. H Monkey. Look, I don't like it, but I don't talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what they do over there. I just know it's not my cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? And I know they're not boxing fans. They're not. I don't think they even know boxing over there. The Canelo, the last HBO boxing, it's been dead, brother. It's been dead. But I still want to watch the fight. Frank, people are hating on this card, talking about the UFC, but that card is garbage. Women's fights, come on. Of course. Look, man, UFC is doing good for UFC. I see, that's the crazy thing. I don't have a problem with UFC. Never have, never will. I'll watch it. I like the fight. But I'm a casual. I'm like super casual. I don't really know too much about it. I like the O'Malley guy. My point is that race and rivalry still matters. I think people are going to get hyped. We're still like a month away, and people. I'm just saying what I see on social media and Twitter, and people are talking. They cannot stop talking about Canelo Alvarez. It's like, for some reason, they're addicted to talking about Canelo Alvarez. Fuck all that. Fight Benavidez, Mesem Sheik. Yeah. I can't. Yeah, it's gonna happen. I believe it'll happen, and everybody has their opinion on it. But David Benavidez has moved up. He has. You know what? More and more, I'm starting to focus on the fights rather than the gossip and everything that's going on. It just look, man. You can talk about it, but the fights is what sells. Even Smelly Ass Turkey is a Canelo hater. He's a lover though. He loves Canelo Alvarez. That's the thing. Why else would he want Canelo Alvarez? They need Canelo Alvarez. I just the way it is. If you want to make a dent in the sport of boxing, you need to get Canelo Alvarez. I explained this on another live. DAZN, when they came into the market, gave Canelo Alvarez the biggest contract in sports history at the time, like $350 million, unheard of, unprecedented. Did anybody blink an eye? No, because he was a Mexican. That's why. It's because he was a Mexican. If it was an American, he'd have been Michael Jordan. They'd have made statues. They'd have made action figures. But Canelo Alvarez gets the hate because they want an American face of boxing. I've said this before, and it's race and rivalry. It is. These Crips and Ricans tremble at the idea of a dominant Mexican champion this time. Yeah, you know what, man? I mean, and I understand why the Puerto Ricans. Look, man, what I understand about the Puerto Ricans is they don't want to put their name on Berlanga. Now it's like dating a hoe, right? You don't want to fall in love, even though you already fell in love. It's just because she's a hoe, right? But you're in love. You just gotta face that you're in love and you like her. You know what I'm saying? Hope she stays with you, and that's Berlanga. They don't want to put their name to Berlanga because they don't believe in them. But they'll still trash Canelo Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? They're still getting hyped. Oh, yes, Boricua all day. I love it, though. See, I'm not hating on them. I'm like, I fuck with y'all. Y'all fuck with us. Let's make it happen. This is a big fight. Like, don't shit on it if you're hyped. You know what I'm saying? It's like they want to say, it's like they want to do all these streams and talk about it. Oh, but it's a shitty fight. Oh, it ain't really all that. It's like you're trying to downplay how you really feel. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you really love a girl, oh, she okay. Even though in your heart, you can't stand another dude looking at her, Like, we got to keep it real, man. People always hide their feelings. It's not, what? When you argue with somebody on YouTube, Twitter, they say, oh, you're emotional. It's okay to be emotional, bro. If you don't have emotions, then you're dead inside. What you have to do is be able to overcome your emotions and balance it with critical thinking. But it's very hard to do it. And boxing is an emotional sport. Dana White going to be watching the Canelo fight on his computer. The UFC card don't even got a main event. Yeah, I mean, they're trying to sell it as Buenos Noches or El Noche something. You know what I'm saying? In the Sphere, because it's in the Sphere. But it's all hype. It's all just selling. And they need Canelo Alvarez. Now, I know last year Canelo Alvarez didn't go to on the September 14th date. Jack, where's he still at? Hold on. Let me drop the link. All right. So if anybody wants to hop on and give their take, I mean, are people getting hyped for this fight? Am I off base? Am I missing something? Yeah, you know what, man? It's okay. Look, I don't care where your loyalties lie. I don't care who you root for, but you got to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I'm being honest. I'm telling you, Frank Bay, I called for this fight, Edgar Berlanga, because look, what other Puerto Rican star is there? Xander Zayas? Boxing is better when you have a Miguel Cotto, when you have a Felix Trinidad. I know Danny Garcia's Puerto Rican, but he kind of dropped the ball. He really kind of didn't get a lot of hype. Yeah, man, hit the like and hit the link if you want to hop on. But, Canelo Alvarez carries the sport of boxing on his back. And I know this because, is this fight shitty? Is it not all that? Yeah, it probably is. But like I said, Berlanga is a name. Okay, this weekend you got Billy fighting Dervish. Boricua boxing is dead. It's pretty much, right? It pretty much is. I don't remember the last time they had a guy selling pay-per-views. But that's what's crazy to me. What's crazy to me is like they're getting behind Berlanga, but they don't want to put their name on it. That's what it is. They don't want to put their name on Edgar Berlanga because they don't want to get heartbroken because they're looking at it like, damn, the Edgar Berlanga is the best we got, and you got this Mexican just killing the sport. It kills them. It kills the same way with Wakandans, right? Damn, the best we got is Jermell Charlo. These people cannot wait till Canelo Alvarez goes away. That's all I hear. I hear people really talking about this. They say, oh, Canelo Alvarez probably needs to go away. He needs to retire. He needs to drop the belts. I mean, people are really saying these things. You know, it's crazy to me. It's like, wait a minute. You're looking at greatness. You're looking at the best fighter of the era, and you want him to go away. I think the fight does 600K because of Puerto Ricans and Boricuas. Yeah, man. Look, man. I'm telling you, when we come fight week, you're gonna see 10 times more of the hype because Berlanga is really talking the shit now. He's calling out Canelo cherry picking. He's saying that he's ducking Benavidez. You know, everybody calls him a cheat. Oh, Shakir the best Boricua, but he don't fight though, man. People want to see blood and guts. You know, Boricuas wish they had a Virgil Ortiz. You know, Boricuas wish they had a William Zepeda. You know what I'm saying? They wish they had guys like this. They have Xander Zayas and Danny Garcia. The last prospect turned gay. Super middleweights are dead for years. Well, it's just not a glamour division. It's not like welterweight and middleweight. The Ricans are hoping Berlanga is their most and leads in the promised land. He could, man. He's young. He's strong. You know, nobody gives him a... See, if you say he's young, he's strong, he's undefeated, people don't give him a chance. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to say, has Boots Ennis beat anybody better than Edgar Berlanga? I mean, the guy has a title, but who did he win his title from? As far as I know, he was an email champ. You look at young guys coming up, you know, what have they really done to deserve the props that they get? Really nothing. Jaime Munguia fought a lot of, you know, taxi cab drivers to get to 40-0. You know what I'm saying? Jaime Munguia really, he just had a lot more fights. He beat Derevyanchenko. You know, I get that. But to me, Jaime Munguia wasn't necessarily proven. What he was young, strong, and hungry. It was going to bring the fight. And I'm a big Jaime Munguia fan. That's the thing. I give Canelo Alvarez a lot of credit for beating a young, strong champion like that. I mean, that's the sport of boxing. That's what you need, right? Because Canelo Alvarez cleaned out the division. He cleaned out the division. That's what he did. A lot of times it takes years for a division to get built back up. They need to build the names up, right? David Benavidez was there, but he outgrew the division. It just happens. That's not Canelo Alvarez's fault. Now, with Canelo Alvarez, look, man. I mean, we can go over this a million times. Did Canelo Alvarez duck Benavidez? My final take on it is, I think it was strategic. The fight still could happen, but I don't criticize Canelo because he unified and cleaned out the division, something that David Benavidez, when he was champion, didn't. And you just have to be a realist when it comes to that. Berlanga skipped the side quest and went to the final boss. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Berlanga hit the lottery. You can't blame him. You know, if you're young and you want to fight the best guy and Canelo Alvarez offers you a fight, you say yes. You don't say, oh, no, I don't think I'm ready. I want to fight Derevyanchenko. I want to fight basically other guys I want to fight John Ryder. Like, that's how Munguia went, right? He went Ryder, Derevyanchenko. He took steps to earn the Canelo Alvarez fight, so to speak, fighting Canelo leftovers. Like, that's what David did. He fought Caleb Plant, was a Canelo leftover, and then he fought Andrade, who they said Canelo Alvarez ducked. You know what I'm saying? Shakiro Sanchez. That's funny, right? So, but that's the thing, man. Race and rivalry matter. Now, people try to act like it don't matter and that they're just being unbiased and they just want to watch good fighters. But no, man. Mexican American versus Mexican, Mexican versus Mexican, Mexican versus Puerto Rican, Mexican versus African American. If you notice the trend, there's a Mexican involved, right? If you notice this trend, Puerto Rican versus African American, now you got the Eastern Europeans, but they don't really have no rivalries. But the biggest rivalry usually has a Mexican involved, a Latino name involved, whether you're a Tio Lopez, if you're a Hector Garcia, you know, Bam Rodriguez, El Rayo, Pitbull, you know. Why did Crawford and Madrimov not sell? Because there was no surname. There was no Latino surname. There was no Mexican opponent. You know what I mean? He fought Madrimov. Now, Madrimov was a hell of a boxer, but nobody knew who the fuck that guy was. You know, Virgil Ortiz, him and Earl Spence would be a massive, massive fight. It would be a big money fight. Why would you hate on that? You know what I'm saying? If Earl Spence is not going to fight anybody, Earl Spence has his biggest fight was a Mexican. Turkey knows Mexicans move the sport. He's trying to move the Zepeda, Shakir, Crawford, Ortiz next. Yes, of course. Yes, of course. You cannot overlook that. You know what I'm saying? Turkey wants to move American boxing. He wants to put Riot season in America. That's what he does. He doesn't really necessarily want to do it back in his homeland, or he doesn't want to do it in Mexico. He wants to do it in America. And that's why he's kind of dismissive of Canelo Alvarez, because he sees him as a Mexican. He doesn't see him as American. But that's where Canelo Alvarez sells. He sells in Las Vegas. They pay him a lot of money. Wherever he goes, he is what Floyd Mayweather was back in his day. Turkey outlawed Diddy is gonna flip with his crib worship. You know what? But see, that's the thing. I don't have a problem with it. What I'm saying is you just have to be a realist when it comes to what rivalry and race means in boxing. It's okay to be pro-Mexican, pro-Puerto Rican, pro-Black. I don't have a problem with it. What I have a problem, and why I'm doing this live and what I want to talk about, is that you're going to shit on Berlanga, you're going to shit on Munguia, you're going to shit on Canelo Alvarez, you're going to worship Bud Crawford, you're going to worship Boots Ennis, you're going to worship Tank Davis. We see what you guys are doing. That's why Frank Bay says it. And I don't have a problem with you worshiping Tank Davis. I think he's a great fighter. I think Crawford is a great fighter. Okay. But they're not really making moves like Canelo Alvarez is, right? Who is Tank Davis going to fight? I guess there's rumors. Can anybody put in the chat who Tank Davis is fighting? Tank Davis was supposed to fight Lomachenko. Lomachenko pretty much gave him the middle finger and said, fuck that, I'm not going to get robbed. Blacks don't sell or buy. Look, you know what? I don't have enough data on that. But what I will say, it seems like they're very hesitant to fight each other. And I think a lot of it is economical. And that could be just Americans, period, not Black Americans, white Americans. White Americans seem to have gone to the UFC, right? It's okay to talk about race and rivalry. You know what I'm saying? It's okay, because why do you think UFC is trying to sell to the Mexican people with UFC Noche? Because it's a real thing. It's a real thing. They're not doing a Juneteenth event. They're not doing a Puerto Rican event. They're doing a Mexican event because they're the biggest consumers of combat sports and boxing. They want to pour in Lomo, right? Race is real. We Mexican Americans will hold that crown. Yeah. But you know what, man? They're gonna what these guys are. They're pushing Mexican American fans away because they're trashing this fight. You know what I'm saying? Instead of building a fight, instead of building a fan base, we're pushing fan bases away. We see it when Shakir Twitterson and when we didn't like the Madrimov Bud Crawford fight, or we didn't like Shakir Twitterson, or we want Tank Davis and Shakir Twitterson to fight, they tell us, oh, you don't know boxing, you don't know what you're watching, you don't know what you're looking at. This is real boxing. It's the sweet science, man. They're just alienating and pushing fans away. When we see a great fight like Virgil Ortiz and Sergey Bokacek, they say, oh, Virgil is flawed. He gets hit too much. Oh, he has a leaky defense. Oh, Bud Crawford will kick his ass. It's like, wait a minute. Do we want to see the fight or we don't? Look, I want to see all the fights. And, sometimes they get it twisted. Shout out to my boy Shadow Ghost. Hopefully he listens. He says he wants. But I got to, I watch him. And when he goes live, go click, like, subscribe to him. But, I don't like when a lot of these channels, they say, oh, Mexican fans don't want him to fight Benavidez. I said, wait a minute, I've never seen a Mexican fan that don't want him to say Benavidez. It's like, it's a shock. You know what I'm saying? It's like, look, you have your guy, go for your guy. We have our guy, we go for our guy, right? The thing is, you guys don't want to get Berlanga because you don't believe in them. You want us to diss Canelo Alvarez, which we're never going to do. We've seen him accomplish a lot. Can we criticize Canelo Alvarez? Yes, of course. We also criticize Canelo Alvarez. We know it's looking bad, but we don't drop him at the drop of a hat, right? What I'm saying is that right now we realize what he's doing is playing the game of boxing, right? He's doing what Floyd Mayweather did in his day. It's not that we don't want him to fight Benavidez, but we understand the politics and the business and all that, right? When Boots Ennis and Jerron Ennis didn't fight, you know what their fans said? Because that's the demographic, that's the base, right? That's their fans. They said, oh, it's business. Now, I don't understand why these guys don't mention that. You have to mention the business part. To understand boxing is to understand the business side of it. You cannot not overlook it. You just can't. You have to understand it. We need to break the chains of the dividing sport in the world. It'll always be there, brother. It'll always be there. It's a very big motivating factor. You know, when Canelo Alvarez fights, he fights for his people. When Manny Pacquiao fights, he fights for his people. You hear Tank Davis, he goes, I do it for the hood. It'll never go away, and I love it. Race and rivalry sells. You're seeing it with Edgar Berlanga and Canelo Alvarez, right? You've seen they got on Canelo Alvarez because they said he'd never fight a Mexican. He fights a Mexican, then they say, oh, you're a liar, you're hate. It's like he can't win with them. Canelo did a lot for the sport. People are never satisfied. Yeah, he did, and he's still carrying the sport. And what I'm saying is my main message is that people are hyped for this fight. They're gonna have no choice but to cover the fight. If you watch, a lot of you guys listen to YouTube channels, you're on social media, Instagram, Twitter. I hate Canelo Alvarez. He's a cherry picker. He's a ducker. He's bad for the sport. He needs to retire. He needs to give up the belt, and just on and on and on and on and on and on. And it's just like, wait a minute. Why do you follow a guy that you claim to hate? Like I said, you'll never see me do 2-hour, 3-hour, 4-hour lives of Stank Davis. I'm sitting here talking about him for 10 minutes. Now, when he has a fight, I'll talk about him. I'll cover him, and they'll say, "Oh, Frank, you don't like black fighters. You don't like African American fighters." Well, I mean, when are they gonna fight? Bud Crawford, perfect example. Oh, Frank, you don't like Crawford. I say, how can I? He hasn't fought in a year and a half. It looks like he's not gonna fight till next year. What am I supposed to love about the guy? He was in a close fight. He didn't wow me. Now Virgil Ortiz wowed me. You know what I'm saying? When I watched the Virgil Ortiz fight, I was like in awe. I was wow. People messaging me, texting, "Oh man, that guy's a beast. When is he fighting again?" I was excited. I was literally excited. You know what I'm saying? When Pitbull beat salute El Pinche, salute Frankie. Yes. When Pitbull, you see, gets a lot of love. He lost and he still got a lot of love. Look, man. Certain bases and fans love their fighters win, lose, or draw, no matter what. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of fans are fair weather fans. And it looks like Berlanga has a lot of fair weather fans. Look, Boricuas, you need to get behind your man, because I guarantee if he wins or it's controversial or he hurts Canelo, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, Edgar hurt. Oh, he fucked Canelo up. You're going to see all these Wakandans saying, oh, Berlanga hurt Canelo. Just like when Anui got dropped. Oh man, I knew he got dropped. I mean, everybody was all over that because he got dropped. Look, man, it's the sport of boxing. I don't understand what these guys want. What up, Frank? Salute Impala. Salute. Yes. Salute OG Blaze. Thank you. Yes. Hey guys, hit the like, hit the link if you want to jump on. Not sure how long we're going to go. I just want to tell you guys so you guys can see the forest from the trees is that this fight is picking up steam. Remember, to the homies Blaze will understand, man. Blaze, all the real, you know how much, dude, everybody shit on this fight. Click a one if everybody, when this fight first started, was just shitting on it. Oh, it's a cherry pick. Oh, he's ducking Benavidez. Oh my God, he needs to retire. Bro, this fight gonna be viral. I think Berlanga's he's gonna do something crazy. He's already done it. You know what I'm saying? He's young, he's a hothead. He's calling a pussy. You know how he talks? This pussy. Nieta. Or however they talk, they have that real cocky, braggadocious. I said, the Puerto Rican fans, they're getting hyped. They're getting hella hyped, but they're still shitting on Canelo Alvarez. They want to have their cake and eat it too, right? That's not a boxing fan. Look, fight week is exactly, bro. It's getting more, and we're still a month away, bro. And it's already going viral. It's already overshadowed what Terrence Crawford did by a mile. Already overshadowed. This should really legitimately be Terrence Crawford fight week still. Puñeta, yeah. I like Puerto Ricans, man. You know what I'm saying? They're like our cousins, right? But they wanna hate. All the Spanish networks gonna be promoting this fight heavy. Road to 1K. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But you guys see what I see, and oh my God, how could he do this? Canelo Alvarez, he's not the king of boxing anymore, and UFC's gonna overtake him, and just on and on and on. Berlanga's food for Canelo performance for his fans. Well, you know what? Maybe not. I don't know. He's a young, big, strong guy. Looks like he's coming to fight. If Canelo Alvarez gets a highlight knockout, I think it all goes away. We just seen Bernardo Lopez get highlight knockout, and nobody cared about the fight. It was like, ooh, people, nice thumbnail, fool. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it, man. Trying trying to get, go viral here, man. Exactly. Canelo Alvarez is an event. You know what I'm saying? People are gonna get together and wants to fight. I know that's what's gonna happen for me. Whether it's Triple G, whether it's Ryder, whether it's B-Ball, it's an event. Salute Frank Bay Boxing. Yeah, salute. Thank you guys. It's an event. And people fail to realize that too. It's like you have a decent fight in Billy Dervinchenko, but nobody cares. And then after that, that's the other thing. What's next after that? Boxing fans don't have anything really to sink their teeth in. I think Pacheco and Sulecki is at the end of the month. But you know what it's all going to be doing is promoting the Canelo Alvarez fight. You know what I'm saying? And I trust me, brothers. I promise you, if there was other fights to talk about, I would be talking about them. If they were already setting up Crawford and Ortiz, I'd be talking about that. You know what I'm saying? There's just nothing. That's the other thing about boxing is that it's very hard that we get super fights. The last super fight was Haney Garcia. That was it. It's time for Canelo to knock out Berlanga, the perfect victim. If he comes to fight, if what he's saying is real about it, I appreciate Canelo. I think he's a smart fighter and businessman. What's not to like? Like I said, the people hating actually love him. Frank, a real one, he put in the work in these YouTube streets. I'm trying, brother, but I can't do it without y'all help. I always appreciate it. Cubans always boasting they're boxing the best, not even. Oh, that's another rivalry. Cubano boxing. Berlanga's young and hungry, crack. He's a beast. Don't sleep on Chin Distributors. Salute. Canelo's going to carry Berlanga. Look, man, whatever happens in that fight, if Berlanga gets knocked out, Canelo gets no credit. If Berlanga, if he has a few problems with Berlanga, look, it's we dominate. Yes, boxing number one. Look, whatever Canelo does from here until he retires, he's not going to get any credit. He's not. Even if he fights David Benavidez, they'll give him credit for that, but there'll be a new boogeyman. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to build up this Billy guy. They're building up Pacheco. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's gunning for the top guy, which they should be doing. We got the most belt holders in boxing. Yeah. I thought Japanese did, but maybe you guys are pouring them in. I'm disappointed Parisians, they turned their backs on. Do you see what, Nerd? Thank you. Salute, Nerd, a real one. I've been exactly, you know what I'm saying, Blaze? See, Blaze is on top of things. He knows what I'm talking about. And you know what that speaks to, Blaze, is jealousy. They're jealous. That's what it's like. They want Canelo Alvarez to go away. And trust me, if there was another fighter, if there was another Oscar De La Hoya, even maybe a Fernando Vargas, like a Emiliano Vargas somehow was able to reach the heights of what Canelo Alvarez and overtake him, we might be he may take over the dates. Facts, they'll start Benavidez overrated, but nobody's been able to come do it. Mayweather was able to overtake De La Hoya and Manny Pacquiao for these coveted dates, but he still needed a Latino opponent most of the time. You know what I'm saying? But if there was somebody that could come take over the date, then they would have already done it. There's been no African American, no American, no other Mexican that can overtake the date, and that's what really matters. To keep boxing. People. Shadow Ghost needs to stand up for, but he is, and I'm not dissing Shadow Ghost. I'm just kind of critiquing some of the things he's saying. But one of the things I told him is that he was really shitting on the fight and he was really depressed. I said, bro, you're gonna get excited. There's gonna be a lot of hype, and now he's super hyped. And I said, bro, I told you it was gonna happen. And he was kind of like, yeah, he didn't want to acknowledge it, but I know he knows. You know what I'm saying? But I seen this from a lot of Puerto Rican channels. Is like they're like, oh yeah, Berlanga. They're hyping up Berlanga, but then Canelo Alvarez is a cherry pick. And I'm like, wait a minute, how can it be both? 9 Mexican champions count interim, count 6 Mexicans and 6 more. Yeah. But there you go, man, with the facts. But I'm just happy that there's a lot of hype for the fight. And I'm just pointing out to you guys that, you're going to see people shitting on Canelo Alvarez in the fight, and that's fair. Like I said, I can't defend the Berlanga, but I think it's proven right when you see that it's all the hype you're going to get. You're going to see ESPN, all the news outlets, because like I said, man, what else is there in the sport of boxing? Shadow doesn't want to see a fellow. Yeah, but you got to put a name on it. Look, you can't be like hyping him up, and then if he does good, oh, that was great, and then be like, but it's then shit on the fight. You know what I'm saying? Look, man, as a boxing fan, I think they're letting, YouTube channels and they're letting other people get to him, and they're hearing, oh, it's a shitty fight. So if I like the fight, then I'm gonna be criticized. Oh, you like this fight? You're not a real fan. Oh, you're just a Canelo dick sucker. It's like, no, I like the fight. I think it's a good fight. It's gonna do good, and it's Puerto Rico versus Mexico. Puerto Rico versus Mexico. That's why I put the thumbnail, race and rivalry. Yes, it's a big rivalry. It's Mexico versus Puerto Rico. They don't want to lose. They don't want to lose, so they're kind of trying to hide their hand. And they're like, if I say I really don't like it and he loses, then I don't have to get my feelings hurt. You know what I'm saying? Seems like Sano's trying not to be racist. I respect that. Look. There's nothing racist, bro. The whole racist and being racist is kind of you let people dictate to you how to think and how to feel. You know what I'm saying? You go for who you are. If you're Mexican, you go for Mexican fighters. You're Puerto Rican, go for Puerto Rican. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you're Puerto Rican, go for Puerto Rican fighters. Why would you say, oh, well, Berlanga says he's this, he's that, but yet you're sitting here getting hyped and you're covering it. You're doing 2-3 hour lives. And that's not just Shadow Ghost, because I fuck with him. I'm saying I've seen a lot of these channels. If they're Dominican, if they're Puerto Rican, if they're what other Caribbean islands, you know, they're Latino. They're like Latinos, okay? So you got a lot of Latinos, right? South Americans, and it's just popular to shit on Canelo Alvarez. But I guarantee you, everybody's fucking with this fight. People want to see Puerto Rico versus Mexico. That's what's bigger than everything. That's the point that people don't want to acknowledge. Even African Americans, when you see those flags, exactly. When you see those flags together and you see Berlanga bigger, stronger, calling Canelo a fucking pussy, you see Canelo getting pissed, you're gonna get excited. Yeah, and that's like Tank Davis, Shakira not fighting, Crawford Ennis not fighting. You know, they're chasing Canelo Alvarez. Only Mexican and Mexican fight each other at their best, considerably for reals. You know, yeah, Oscar Valdez and Navarrete are gonna fight each other again. You know, Davino and Rebexi Ramirez was another Mexican versus Puerto Rican rivalry. You know, maybe Bam Rodriguez, maybe he can have a Puerto Rico versus Mexican rivalry. You know, but this is a huge rivalry. Lindolfo versus Brian Flores, Luis Venado versus Leo. Yep. Okay. Yeah. I thought Leo was Filipino or something, you know? And Filipinos haven't really had a rivalry again. We've never got the Manny Pacquiao Filipino versus African American rivalry again. The rivalries are Mexican Puerto Rico, Mexican versus African American, Mexican versus Mexican. You know, Canelo knows this, why he's laughing all the way to the bank. Of course, it's a no-brainer. And I don't care whatever you think of Berlanga, whatever you think of them, you know, it's still Mexico versus Puerto Rico. And that's going to sell. And you can hate it. Like, you're sitting there hating it. You're like, I hate that it's going to sell. I hate that he chose Berlanga. I hate that he's Puerto Rican. It's like, you're sitting there just hating. In your heart, it's just hate. No, it's Mexican American. Even he said it. Angelo Lee had the Mexican flag. Okay, salute, Angelo Leo. Yeah. He looks it, but you could tell like there's a hint. But you know, and I love all the rivalries, man. That's what makes it rivalry and race. The rivalry is in the race, and the race is the rivalry, right? You know, without those flags behind them, without the fan bases, without the Boricuas getting all hype, without Fat Joe, you know, without Felix Trinidad, you know, without all that, you don't got nothing. You know, if Canelo Alvarez just fighting another like no name, imagine Canelo Alvarez just fights some Madrimov type of guy. There's no rivalry. It's like, you know, that's why Bivol, when he fought Bivol, there wasn't a lot of hype. There wasn't a lot of feelings. You know what I'm saying? And that's what hate is. Hate is a feeling. If you're mad, Blaze, if people can't just watch it and move on, they got to shit on it. And most still going to watch it, coach it. Exactly. Bam Gallo, Canelo Munguia, Venado, Pitbull, Rayo. Yeah. I mean, the proof is in the pudding, brother. The proof is in the pudding. Don't be surprised that Shakir fight that Ukrainian who beat. Yeah, he's gonna take an easy fight. I'm buying the fight twice. Yeah. So like I said, man, I just wanted to point that out. That Boots, Brian, exactly. They all turned those fights down. That's what I'm talking about, man. You guys know what's up, and that's what Frank Day, Shakur. Yeah, man. I mean, dude, while Ryo and Pitbull fight each other. Exactly, bro. Look, man. Whenever anybody comes to the States, they want to fight a Mexican. You know, when Madrimov came, he trained with Joel Diaz. Sergey Boacek fights Virgil Ortiz, a Mexican, and now he's a star. You know what I'm saying? That's what's needed. Teofimo beat Loma. He beat Josh Taylor. But to get the fans in the United States, Teofimo needs to beat a Mexican. Had Teofimo beat a tough Mexican already, he'd probably be a star into his own. You know, he needs to fight Ryan Garcia. And there it is. Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis, and Devin Haney became stars, you know, fighting Ryan Garcia, who, you know, whether you like it or not, is a Mexican. You know what I'm saying? Mexican American. But, you know, I'm just saying, man, this fight is going to get hyped. It's going to get more hype. And it's because of the race and the rivalry. And Boricuas, you know, I think right now, you're seeing them kind of change their tune. You know, when they seen Berlanga talking shit to Canelo, they start getting hyped. They start liking that shit. Like, oh man, oh shit, he's gonna fuck Canelo up. Facts. The best trainers Mexican too. Caballero, Estrada's coach, Joel Diaz, Manny Rolovich, Jake Panda. Yep. You know, that's where they come, man. You know, they used to go to Wild Card with Freddie Roach. They don't want to knock each other off and mess up their bags. The champs who lost Percy Spelger. Yeah. Well, that's just being a matchmaker. That's just understanding the sport of boxing. And you know, you need to move smart. You know, look at Ryo, man. But you know, that's been the Floyd Mayweather era, moving too carefully, like Boots Ennis, and you're 30 fights in, and you're not a star. When you're Ryo, you got 2 losses, but you fought a Mexican pit bull, beat him, and now you're a star. Yes, politics. It's all politics. Abel Sanchez, Puerto Ricans know who's number one. Salute Abel. Thank you. Look, man. But see, I don't want to. It's not a diss to Puerto Ricans. It's not a diss to African Americans. It's not a diss to Americans. It's a diss to nobody. What it is this is a call out. You know, if I call you out, I'm not calling you out because I don't like you, because I don't fuck with you. I'm calling you out to say, hey man, say what you want to say. That's why I dropped the link. If I didn't want, you know, me, if I wanted to talk shit, then I wouldn't drop a link. I would just be sitting here talking shit and call it and saying people's names, and they wouldn't be allowed to respond. That's why I dropped the link, because I'm like, yo, man, Berto TKO's Boca Chicken a rematch. Yep. But there it is, man. There it is. This fight is getting a lot of hype. So Devin Haney, I'm gonna switch gears a little bit. Devin Haney says he wants to return. It looks like December. There's rumors. What I seen online, people are mentioning names. Pitbull could be a name since they're both coming off losses. But or he might move to 147. But here's the thing, man. Devin Haney's cooked. He's finished. There's no coming back from that ass whooping unless he rematches Ryan Garcia. No matter what he does, he'll never erase that. And look, did Ryan Garcia cheat? My opinion, I don't think he cheated. I think he was framed. There's some connections. That sounds like spilled milk. But there it is again. Like, I never went on 10-hour lives trying to either prove his innocence or prove his, that he wasn't guilty. He was guilty. I guess he got popped. It was minimal traces. But looking at the fight, looking at the fighter, you know, everybody's going to need Ryan Garcia when he comes back. That's the truth of the matter. Mexican-American Ryan Garcia, they need his name, Garcia. You know, we got to understand these things. We got to look at these things. We can't act like it doesn't exist. Tank Davis, Haney, Shakira, they all want him. They all think he's easy work, you know, but Devin Haney is nothing no more. All Devin Haney did, all Devin Haney ever did, you still think it was framed? Look, I don't think he's guilty. I think the trace amounts prove that he wasn't cycling or he wasn't doing any of that. It's just simple science that he passed all the tests. You know, you could, and a coach that was working for him was Zab Judah's ex-coach, and he got fired. And, you know, I'm sure it'll all come out. But see, you don't even want to focus on the fact that Devin Haney's coming back after getting his ass whipped. You know, he don't even have the belt anymore. He gave it the belt because he didn't want to fight Sandor Martin. Abdul, he's not fighting anybody. He's not. Who is he fighting? When he fights somebody, let me know. Then I'll stop and I'll do a show and I'll talk about Abba Zaba. Why do they talk so down on Devin? Because he's not that good. Because they called him top 5 pound for pound, and he got mollywopped by, as people say, a C-level fighter, Ryan Garcia. Yeah, that he's fighting cans. He's a hype job. They're hyping him up. To me, he looks a little light in the ass. It looks like he's got speed. I haven't seen the grit. I haven't seen his chin get twisted. So Iriarte already smoked that hype. Did he? Wow. Drop the link. Man, all these guys are hype jobs. Keyshawn, they're all hype jobs, dude. They're all hype jobs and they're all getting exposed. If Shakira was all that, then he would have stayed with Top Rank. They'd gave him the bag. You know, nobody mentioned that Crawford was caught messing. Oh, yeah, I did. He dropped him. Okay, Iriarte's a beast, man. That's a big motherfucker. And he's not getting half the hype that the Abba Zabba's getting. Um, you say this and they block me or ignore the facts. Yeah, of course, man. And he's the face of boxing. It is what it is, man. Look, people want to cry and hate. Zachy, you're probably your number one fan. Fraudulent Coach Eddie is Canelo's number one fan, bro. If any of his people are doing lives, if they're doing posts about Canelo Alvarez, they're his biggest fans. Stop it, friend. You know damn well the case. Look, hop on. I'm no, because you said something, Shadow. You said that Mexicans don't want him to fight Benavidez, and I'm telling you that's just flat out not true. And Shadow, I told you, you're getting hyped for the fight, and I fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just letting you know what it is. You know that people are getting hyped. It's just saying people were shit on the fight, and then they're getting hyped. Like make it make sense. You know. And I'm saying, stand by your man. Stand by him. Don't say that. Don't say, oh, it's a cherry pick, it's a shit fight. Stand by Berlanga. He's gonna win. He's gonna do good, and it's gonna be a great fight. And if he gets mollywopped, then stand by him. Don't let him down. You know what I'm saying? If you think he sucks, you think he sucks. But love the fight. Don't hate the fight. You know what I'm saying? It's a fight, and it's gonna be a fight. Yeah, man. I fuck with dude. He's got great boxing takes. Great. He understands boxing. He doesn't troll. He's non-racist. You know what I'm saying? He definitely. Over here at Frank Bay, I let it be known. Yeah, look, man, I don't care what it is, man. Everybody's a little bit biased. Everybody's got prejudices. You know what I'm saying? But race and rivalry matters. Race and rivalry matters. It just is what it is. But it makes for a great fight. You know what I'm saying? And after the fight's done, yeah, exactly. That's all I said, man. And then when the fight's done and it's over, depending on the outcome, you know what I'm saying? People go back to talking about what's next for Canelo Alvarez. Berlanga's stock could rise. People could want to see Berlanga versus Munguia, Berlanga versus David Benavidez. You know, look, man, the train never stops. The races and rivalries. That's what, yes, Omar E. Yes, that's what keeps the motivation. That's what keeps the world spinning, the boxing world. You know, we want to see our favorite fighters against against the African American, against the Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? We want to see the two top African American fight so they can fight the top Mexican. Shadow was cool until he got into deep. Look, man, Shadow does what he wants to do. He's a real one. I fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? He's got great boxing takes. You know, I was just pointing out because this is between Mexico and Puerto Rico. That's all I was pointing out. And all I was pointing out is that he's very hyped for the fight. And I had told him that he was going to be hyped. And everybody's getting hyped. You know, people are getting behind it. Hey, man, don't even trip, Shadow. Everybody it's all entertainment. You know what I'm saying? But like, drop the link, man. Hop on. But I'm just saying, man, people are getting hyped. It's the race. It's the rivalry. You know, I'm talking about Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney's cooked. He's finished. He's got a lot of fanboys online who don't buy the fight. I get to your point to add the extra energy, but using racism has a dark side. No, racism comes from the people. You know what I'm saying? Racism comes from spreading hate speech. Yes, very. We all fuck with them, man. We're always there. Yeah, man. It's entertainment, man. I'm just saying, you got to get hyped for the fight. You were hyped. I'm hyped. That's all I was trying to say. I'm not even talking about Berlanga as the opponent, but it's also Canelo Alvarez star power. It's going against the UFC. He's got beef with Turkey. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to take him down. That's what makes it more interesting, you know? And I said, man, Berlanga, I fuck with Berlanga. I look, man, I'm not a Johnny come lately. I don't know if Blaze and them know, but I had already been mentioning Berlanga since last year. You know what I'm saying? Look, man, Benavidez has already moved up. Benavidez, I mean, they're saying he's going to fight in December on a pay-per-view. They don't really have an opponent as of yet. It's like, who's he going to fight? You know, Benavidez is Mexican too. You know, but the Bivol, him fighting Bivol, better Biv, is that a rivalry? You know, the Benavidez needs his own rival. Yes, it's Canelo Alvarez. I think Canelo Alvarez is playing chess with them. But Canelo Alvarez and Benavidez is a whole nother thing. We're talking about Canelo Alvarez versus Edgar Berlanga, Mexico versus Puerto Rico. I mean, do y'all love it? Do y'all hate it? And my only point was that, yeah, I don't know what exactly. I don't know. He's a Canelo Alvarez fan. He's a Frank Bay fan. You know, I've seen him on your channel, Shadow Ghost. They're all fans. Look, man, at the end of the day, man, until someone beats Canelo Alvarez, he's gonna hold this date. They're gonna go. I don't even remember when he had a good in the big stage. Yeah, was it Canelo Cotto? Was that the last time it was a major event? And the script is gonna be buzzy, man. Can you imagine on fight day, all the Mexicans and all the Puerto Ricans, probably gonna be some good fights in the stands. Lots of chingazos being thrown outside, inside. It's gonna be a Royal Rumble, man. What's not to like? I'm for all the fuckery. That's just what it is, man. So, as a boxing fan, you gotta love the fight. You gotta be getting excited. So, but I guess it's just trendy to say, "Oh, I'm gonna shit on it. I don't really care for it." Berlanga is a bad opponent. How is he a bad opponent if people are getting hyped and they're getting excited? You gotta just admit it, man. You gotta just admit it. Say, man, I'm excited. When was the last time you were really excited for a fight? Canelo over Ryder, no Chibubu, oh shit. Yeah, man, no, Shadow's cool here, man. Shadow's a real one. You know what I'm saying? Like and subscribe to Shadow Ghost, man. You know what I'm saying? He has an open panel. He has free smoke too. I've dropped the link. That's how I know. How someone's real is they let you have your own opinion. There's not many other places, but you got to be careful too, because there's a lot of places you'll go and all they're doing is trolling. They're just trolling, talking shit about whatever. My best, I try to keep it boxing as best as I can do. Try to not get caught up in the troll games. I think we have a really good channel. Looks like we're getting steam, and you guys got hit the like. You really got to hit the like. Facts, Omar. Yeah. Look, man, until Canelo leaves, he's going to have the dates and people are going to want to fight those dates. How much did Berlanga get paid? Some people are saying 10 million. Jaime Munguia got paid like 6 million. Look, man, Canelo Alvarez, he got Jaime Munguia 6 million. Jaime Munguia, people know his name now. Dervyachenko is fighting Billy, who Munguia beat. So, and that's how boxing works, man. That's how boxing works. So, if Berlanga goes 6 rounds, he goes 9 rounds, he becomes kind of a star. He becomes a name, and he's going to get other people paid. That's how we got to look at it, man. If you just constantly shit on fights. Now, I'll tell you a fight you can't shit on. You can't shit on Boots Ennis is rumored to fight Karen, that guy he fought before, because this is mandatory. Now, that's a fucking shit fight. They're telling me this guy's pound for pound, he's great, and he's fighting Karen again? Like, that's what I'm talking about, man. But yet, these guys will say he's so great, he's so good, and he's going to fight Karen again? Like, look, shit on Canelo Alvarez and Berlanga, but man, it gets people hyped. It's Mexico versus Puerto Rico. I don't think it gets any better than that. And yeah, sometimes you get Mexican versus Cuban, but some of these guys, they run, they're pity patters. You had Mexican American versus African American and Charlo, and then Charlo stunk the joint out. But Mexico, Puerto Rico, they slug it out, man. They slug it out. And that's what we've seen. Virgil Ortiz, he has a rivalry versus a Ukrainian now, right? Eric Virgil versus Eastern European. That's a rivalry, brother. When Terence Crawford fought Madrigal, that ain't no rivalry. They stunk the joint out. Nobody wants to see it again. You know what I'm saying? But at least Virgil created a rivalry. It was American versus Ukrainian. Blah, blah, blah. Now you got Mexican versus Ukrainian. And then, Sergey's trained by some Mexicans. So that's another rivalry. Think about it, man. I'm busting it down for you guys. I'm giving you guys these hot takes. If Boots IBM mandatory though, come on, man, that's bullshit. It's bullshit. Berlanga's Canelo's mandatory. So let's not. I feel bad for Dervyachenko. Yeah, man, he's getting passed around like Rosado. That's boxing though, man. As long as he makes money, that's all that matters. Is they get paid. Berlanga get that check, and we don't see him for over a year. Yeah, man. Maybe he goes back to the drawing board. If he gets viciously knocked out, and it just was no contest, then we may never hear from him. But if it's a war and they slug it out, and he stuns or possibly hurts Canelo, look, all he has to do is like make Canelo wince, and his stock is gonna rise. When Canelo's fights mandatory, it's a problem. Kids do this exactly. The double standard. It's cool. What time it is. We're just gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna hate on Boots Ennis, but I'm gonna tell you that shit. Now that shit. Now Boots Ennis fights Norman or another champion. That's cool, man. But to do that again and get paid what he's gonna get paid, there's something strange about that. You know what I'm saying? But Canelo, if Berlanga, imagine if Berlanga just happens to like make Canelo stop in his tracks with the big punch. People are gonna throw a parade. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be heading the Puerto Rican parade. You know, that's insane, man. If you're with Berlanga, go all in with them. And that's another reason. If you shit on Canelo Alvarez and you shit on the fight, go all in. You root for Berlanga, make it more hype. Because I guarantee you, you're gonna be talking about it and you're gonna watch it. All right. So, like I said, it wasn't gonna be a long stream. If nobody wants to hop on, I'm gonna cut it out. You know, but man, trust me, bro. This fight is gonna get a lot of hype, and it's gonna get bigger and bigger, and people are gonna get behind it, and people are gonna get behind Edgar Berlanga. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. Just say it. He's Puerto Rican. I'm gonna get El Pachu Karen pulled his punches with Ennis. Yeah, it looked like he wasn't there to fight. People say he ran, but I think he just outboxed him. Hello?
Yo.
What's up, man?
Yo, what's good?
Nothing, man. What's up?
No, you told me to hop on. I hop on.
Oh, yeah. You
always stop by my channel and shit. Yeah. Hey, you don't gotta tell them to chill, bro. No. I like that shit. Like I'm gonna be dead ass. Like the motherfuckers that troll me is like a big reason why I stayed on YouTube. Cause it's like my attitude is like, if somebody says like don't go touch that, I'm like, oh, now I'm gonna touch it, motherfucker. Like, so I like it actually. You know, fuck.
Oh,
Colbert. Yeah, I say fuck Colbert too. How about that? they be thinking like I'm a cry over Colbert. Fuck Colbert. Fuck T.O. Fuck everybody. How about that? That shit don't bother me. You fucking avatar rolling off. Hey, yo, is that your avatar picture, bro? Who the fuck is Chicky Bird?
That's Virgil. That they said that's Virgil. You didn't see the online shit about him eating ass?
Nah, bro.
What? You didn't know about that?
Nah, bro. Did that happen today or?
That's been the running joke with Virgil. There's a internet rumor that's
is that really him? Is that really him though? But I mean, because you know you could do Photoshop, man. It's easy to do that shit.
No,
bro.
There's like a bigger, better picture going online, but yeah, that he said it wasn't him, but there's another picture with the chick. You can see the chick's face, and it looks like him. But I don't know.
I know,
man. Go ahead.
Jose Vargas. I know that dude was caught.
Joshua?
Yeah, he literally was caught with somebody, bro. I think though.
Oh yeah, but it looks like it was actually a legit photo. He's in the hotel, like in a towel or something. Real nasty shit.
When was this?
That Joshua or Virgil?
Virgil.
This was like earlier this year. I think it was like beginning of the year. Someone posted this picture. And they tagged Virgil or something, and then people ran with it.
Remember that shit? Damn, that's crazy. I'm telling you, bro. The whole boxing, bro. A lot of these boxers are like undercover, bro. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure, man. For sure, they be running in. You seen Tank Davis with purses and him.
Oh hell yeah! Oh come on, bro. You seen him dancing in the kitchen and shit. He be painting his nails and pocketbooks and shit. You see Blair Cobb's fucking looking at Adrian Broner while he's getting undressed and shit.
Yeah,
a lot of them, bro. A lot of them fruity, bro.
Hey, you seen that exchange between Berlanga and Canelo? That was very gay.
Yeah. Berlanga's funny though. Hey, listen, Berlanga though. I mean, he's entertaining to me, as far as like the shit talking he does. The reason why it's so funny to me is because I know he believed that shit. You know, like he really do believe that shit. It ain't. Like I said, I had to hype myself up for the fight. That's why I put my channel on the line. You know what I mean? Because that was my way of like, you know, fucking hyping myself up, you know, for it. I mean, it ain't that. It's just I've always been like, there's certain fighters that I've never really. I'm open. Like, you know what I mean? You know how I am. I'm open. Like I said, I didn't like Devin Haney. You know, I said I didn't like Berlanga. It's not like it's not a secret, you know?
For sure, man. But what I was saying with my live and why I mentioned you was that you know when you bash the fight, which is fine. Like, you know, I can't even defend it, but I had told you that you're gonna get hyped for it. Or it's gonna get, you know, people are gonna slowly come around. That's the only reason I mentioned you, bro. That's it.
Literally, I didn't even
I
know
go to your channel.
I literally just look, bro. Like 5 minutes before I hopped on the panel, before Chitlin said something to me. That was like right when the time I popped up, bro. So I haven't been here long.
But I did. I was going back and forth with some other Boricua channel. He's kind of big. I don't know if you know who he is. I'm not gonna say his name, but I was just going in the chat with them, and he was shitting on the fight. And all I said was, well, is it because you don't want to get behind Berlanga because you don't want to get embarrassed, but yet you want to shit on Canelo? But he was like hyping Berlanga at the same time, like, oh, Berlanga, he looks big, he looks strong, and I'm like, bro, like I was just confused. Like, why don't you just get behind Berlanga 100?
Yeah, it's they, because it's like they're like halfway on code and shit. You know what I mean? Like with me, it's just it ain't the whole like not backing my people. It's Berlanga specifically. Like I've been talking like, you know, I've been talking about this guy like this for like 2 years now. Hey, he might surprise you, yo, man. Anything could happen, bro. Anything could happen. You know, Canelo's a human being. You know, shit. You know, but I just don't think so. You know,
I said something earlier though. It's just like imagine if Berlanga actually stuns Canelo, like kind of stops him in his tracks.
Yeah,
maybe that's all he does. But if he does that, like people are gonna be like, oh, I fuck with Berlanga heavy.
Yeah, that's like a moral. Yeah, it's like a moral victory. It's sort of like well, I think some fighters do that. Like for instance, like Jermell, when Jermell fought Canelo, I think he felt Canelo's punches first couple rounds, right? And then I think it became like a moral victory for him to kind of go the distance. You know what I mean? Like he didn't want to engage and be like, get knocked the fuck out. So at least he could say, he ain't knocking me out. That's what it looked like.
The difference was Charlo was accomplished though. You know what I'm saying? Like he's accomplished, and so he didn't really have nothing to worry about. All he wanted to do was get knocked out. Whereas Berlanga, I get you like you said, you've been shitting on him, right?
Yeah,
you've been shit. So,
but I do believe he's gonna come forward, though. I do believe. I don't think he's gonna run. He's gonna. I do believe wholeheartedly that he's gonna stand there. He's like, so I believe that part.
I believe it too, man. I mean, and that's what I said. This past week, everybody is getting a lot more hype because people seen that press conference, and now people, they're still gonna shit on it. But my only point of this live was like, man, I'm just seeing people kind of like getting hyped for the fight. It's like it's like, because what you're gonna see is it's cool to shit on the fight because it's cool to shit on Canelo. But as a boxing fan, you gotta be hyped. Like you're gonna get hyped, especially as it gets closer.
So let me ask you. So because I was just about to say what he was gonna say. That's kind of funny. I was gonna say, so if Canelo doesn't finish him because of people think the level disparity is so far apart, is that like a lot of people gonna look down? I mean, if he gives him an ass whooping for like the whole fight, I think it's different. But like, if he doesn't like knock him out, like it should be to me, like from what a lot of people think, it should be one-sided is what I'm saying. So let's say Canelo, you know, if it doesn't end up like that and he doesn't even knock him out, like, you think that'll look bad for Canelo?
It's gonna look bad for Canelo anyway. So like the fight itself, me as a Canelo fan,
I say it all the time. Canelo damned if he do, damned if he don't, you know.
But
I say it all the time.
Yeah, and if I say, oh, I think Berlanga's young, strong, undefeated, he's gonna take a lot of shit. It's like I said earlier, like Boots Ennis, they're saying he's rumored to fight his mandatory Karen. Now you gotta talk when you go live. You gotta talk about that, man.
Didn't he fight Karen already though?
Yeah,
isn't that the one where they said that he was having issues cutting off the ring or something?
Yeah, he's rumored to fight him because it's mandatory. So you know, Canelo fighting Berlanga. All I've ever said about Canelo, I gotta wrap it up, man. Are you gonna go live? Okay.
Not today. But hey, I was gonna say real quick, man. Hey, listen, you especially with me, like you don't gotta worry about like say like I'm so used to it, bro. You damned if you do, you damned if you don't. You should know, man. You got a channel, like see what I'm talking about, Canelo, and I'm like bigging him up, like fact shadow. I give anybody else credit. They're like, he a dick rider, right? And then it's funny to me, man. I mean, that's the type of shit that keeps me going. But other than that, I haven't actually been wanting to do it in a while, which is why I put the channel up. But then again, I put the channel up because what are the odds of Berlanga doing that? But yo, I'm telling you right now, that shit'll probably happen just because of that.
Hey, but as a boxing fan, like
Mhm.
take out doing a channel, doing chats,
Mhm.
talking to other people, take that out, right? Because that's what it's easy to shit on Canelo and criticize him, but just the fight itself, Canelo, Puerto Rico, Mexico, Berlanga, September
Yeah.
14th. As a boxing fan, you got to be excited.
Yeah, I mean the overall aspect of it. If it wasn't Berlanga, I would be. It's just like I said. It's like Berlanga and like Devin Haney, but it's different for me because I've been shitting on them. You know what I mean? I've been vocal about them.
Facts.
You know, so it's a little bit different. But nah, with Canelo, he to me this was the best choice that he had, bro. The best because they wouldn't have Canelo damned if he do, damned if he don't, bro. Because if he would have picked fucking what's his name, William Skull or some other dude, they'd have got on him for that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
and David had already asked for 2 extensions at 168, and then decided to get his ass over to 175, and Morrell is at 175. So, you know, this was the best fight that was available, but you know, people don't look at it like that, which is why yesterday in my live I was like, bro, you know, people call me a Canelo dick rider sometimes, but in the reality, when you look at his like last 9 or 10 opponents, right, a lot of them are undefeated champions or you know, undisputed or whatever. There's not a lot of people doing that, and I feel like people are accustomed to the fact that Canelo makes fights look so easy. People get, it's sort of like if you don't have a job, right, and somebody's like, oh Frank, I'll pay your phone bill until you get on your feet, and then like I do it again another month. Now you're so accustomed to me fucking paying the bill, you're like, I don't need to get a job. You know, Shadow will pay for it. That's how I look. That's how they look at Canelo. Like, oh, it's so easy for him. I don't want to hear nothing unless he's fighting David. Meanwhile, show me another motherfucker that had a resume like that, and you look at the last 9-10 fights, bro. It's nobody, bro. There's nobody. It doesn't mean that I don't criticize him. It just means they be trying to shame him with the stupidest shit. They be trying to shame Canelo with the stupidest shit, bro.
And those same people are gonna do shows. They're gonna do panels. They're gonna do Twitter mentions. They're gonna do Instagram reels about him in this fight.
Oh, they afterwards? Or are you talking about like now?
No, now until the fight, especially as the fight gets nearer, you know you're gonna see the hype train is only gonna pick up.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
at first it seemed dead. It literally seemed dead, and I think that was only because Crawford was fighting Madrimov and then Virgil and Bokachuk. But now it like boxing is dead right now. It's gonna be dead until that fight.
Well, but
until
now
the week of that fight.
Berlanga's selling it, bro. He's selling
Yeah,
it.
but my question to you is like, as a boxing fan,
you got
go ahead.
Canelo. First of all, Canelo himself is going to bring people. And it was basically Berlanga. He's doing his part. You know what I mean? As far as like a person, because like what's so funny with Berlanga is he thinks most of the motherfuckers are coming to see him. I saw him on another interview when he was like, yeah, you know, when people fight me, I'm from New York. You know, when people fight me, man, you know, they get the M's and shit. You know, they get the big M's. I'm looking at him like, bro, he really do believe this shit, bro. But he's doing his part though, you know. And so
He definitely is, man. Because yeah, the first week, and I think the first press conference was kind of ho hum, and then after he came and talking shit, and you know it's going viral, and the whole they're doing the thing. Now it's picking up, and so you gotta believe when they start doing the final week in the press conferences that I think you're gonna see it really start to pick up.
yeah.
Because until then, I mean, and Billy Dervinchenko is like, Then it's Suleki Pacheco,
Exactly. The Dervinchenko fight that's the only fight on this weekend, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it's decent, but I mean, like, it doesn't get the headlines.
It's been Billy and Dervinchenko, right?
Yeah, because then Billy's chasing a Canelo fight. He's a
Bro, you know
decent
how
168er.
bad that fight was. You know how when Top Rank does their press conferences, right? Usually, at least, bro, I see at least 1K people there. I saw 178 people there.
Damn. Oh,
Yeah,
that's right. It was today, right?
The press conference, the live press conference.
Yeah.
Like, usually, you see at least a K, bro. At least a K, bro. But it was like 178 people. I'm like, damn, that's like two motherfuckers in a high school fighting or something. I mean, damn, that's
I know, right?
bad, you know. So I agree with you in that aspect. Like, there's a lot of boxing as far as the promotion and the shit, but we've been getting pretty good fights. But then again, like everybody looks at the fights differently. I look at more stylistic matchups. Like to me, I'd rather see a good stylistic matchup than to see somebody ranked, because a lot of times the rankings don't even follow the rankings correctly. You know what I mean? Like you'll see a motherfucker come up in first place, and just last month, like for instance, they put Earl Spence. They put Earl Spence at 154. I think it's the IBF at like number 3. Motherfucker, he never fought at 154, not one time. And he jumps up past all the guys that's been fighting him. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. I'd rather see a good stylistic matchup than, because the rankings don't always follow what they're supposed to do.
I agree. What do you think? I'm gonna wrap it up, but just one last thing. What do you think about?
You always show me love, bro. You know what I mean? So
I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Salute. Haney coming back, and they said Tank Davis. Huh?
No, go ahead. I was laughing about Haney. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, he's saying he wants to come back in December. Turkey said, "I'm waiting for you." Me personally, I think he's finished. He's toast. Like if he never gets to get back with Ryan, I don't care what he does. He's done.
Yeah, you know what? You know what's so crazy? I was thinking about this today. I think he's already done without me even I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and wait until he fights. But he's got signs that shows me that he's already mentally damaged from everything. You know what I mean? Like,
oh shit.
He comes back on and he says, oh, I gave y'all 3 months. Like he blessed boxing by leaving 3 months or some shit like that. Like, I mean, or like, no, the way that he said it was like, I gave y'all 3 months, or I would say I'm coming back, but I never left. Like shit like that, man. It's just like, bro, you're just lying to yourself, bro. He's got to lie to himself. And every time he says anything on Twitter or anything, 99.9% of the comments, they roasted him in the comments, bro. Ryan knocked your ass out. We ain't never gonna forget what happened April 20th. So, and not only that, but he's got to be careful of the opponent that he picks, bro. He picks anybody that could punch, bro, it's gonna be a wrap.
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing, is that he has to be very careful about his comeback opponent.
Did they say? He didn't say anything, right? He didn't say who.
Not. I heard Pitbull mention, because they're both coming off losses. That'd be a good one. But then someone mentioned, he's going to 147. So he really doesn't have very many options. He never was a guy that could just go up and fight anybody at any time.
Hey, mixed in boxing #1, you right. Canelo is knocking out Berlanga. I've been saying that since the fight was announced, bro. You're absolutely right. He probably think I'm on code or some shit.
Now Shadow has been pretty solid. I mean, he's been consistent on. He doesn't think Berlanga's. No, though I never had a problem with Shadow saying. I'm saying other people that I had seen downplaying, saying that it was a shitty fight, they're still hyping up Berlanga. The Boricuas, what I'm saying, Boricuas that I've seen on social media, online, they're shitting on Canelo, but they're hyping up Berlanga, but they still say it's a shitty fight. So to me, I'm like,
yeah. Like, what's so crazy? Even Fat Joe, who tries to turn around and says some shit. There's a live, and I gotta find that live. But there's a live where he's talking about Berlanga in a way, but he didn't say like anything bad about him. But he was like, he needs to really work on some things. You know what I mean? Because if he fights, if he fights someone like Canelo, now all of a sudden he making it seem like he ain't never said that shit. It's funny though, man, because 90% of the people online, bro. I'm not saying like content creators, but there's like a lot of people. They'll go back on what they say and shit like that. And you don't ever gotta apologize for me, bro. On here, bro. I drop the link all the time. None of these pussies ever show up, bro. You know what I mean? Like, these are fucking. They don't even exist to me. They're just a fucking avatar. So I mean, like I said, you ain't gotta say nothing, bro. They can say whatever they want to me over here. I don't give a fuck. Matter of fact, tune in when I go live, pussy.
Go live now, bro. Just do it.
Go live today, man. Nah.
You can't?
Yeah, I gotta get some rest today, bro. Like every time I go live, I'm like, bro, I'm gonna go live for only 90 minutes. And I did it yesterday. I said I was only gonna go live for 90 minutes. That shit was almost 4 hours, bro. So I gotta just take a day off today.
All right. Well, there you heard it, man. Like, subscribe to Shadow Ghost. We'll have to do it again, man. Hop on over here.
Are you on a different time zone?
Yeah, I'm on the West Coast.
What time is it over there right now?
It's 5:30, 5:37 to be exact.
Okay, it's 8:37 over here. All right, then that's why. That's probably a lot has to do with it then.
For sure, man. Well,
I
there you
appreciate
go,
you, man.
Shadow Ghost. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. All
All
up,
right.
man.
Take care.
I'll see you next time. All right, guys, we're gonna shut this one down. Thank you for coming through. Salute, Shadow. Mexican boxing #1, True Matador, 18th Street, El Pachuco, OG Blaze, L7. Who else, man? Zaki, Pounds, always Pounds a real one. Yeah, man, there you go. Mexico, Puerto Rico is going down September 14th. Rivalry, Turkey in the UFC. You know, Boricuas are getting hyped. Mexicans are getting hyped. You know, people are going to be able, a real one. People are going to be shitting on the fight. But guess what, man? If you're a boxing fan, you're going to be tuned in. That's all I was saying, brothers. To the Latino brothers, you know, to the African Americans, to the, you know, whites that are going to be followed, Caucasians, UFC, racial rivalry. To me, man, that's what makes boxing boxing. It's going to go down. People are going to be excited. You know, people are going to love it. Yeah, man, I'll catch you guys next time. Don't forget, and Billy Dervinchenko on ESPN. Probably do a breakdown video, just a video. But we out, brothers. Thank you, everybody. Jumping in. Salute. Peace.
Oh, you gotta give him that huck too and spit on that thing. You get me?
Alright, de sus în jos. Ia sper că a creat un mare damage. Se pare că n-a fost un mare damage. Iată să vedem.